Hello students, today I am going to teach you 23rd lesson in your textbook, that is formula. In this lesson you have to learn to change the subject of formula containing squares and square roots. Let's look at first formula. A equals 5r squared. Question says make r the subject of this formula. First I am going to change the sides of this formula. 5r squared equal a. Change left hand side and right hand side. Take the unknown term that you have to subject in the left hand side. First remove 5 from this side. So divide both sides by 5. R squared equal a divided by 5. Now you have to remove this squared. Opposite of squared is square root. Now you have to take the square root of both sides. R squared equal a divided by 5. Take the square root of both sides. Here squared and square root cancel. Only r remains. R equal within square root a divided by 5. Here you have to write plus or minus symbol. Answer is r equal plus or minus within square root a divided by 5. Now I am going to describe why we write plus and minus here. Plus 5 multiplied by plus 5. Answer is plus 25. Minus 5 multiplied by minus 5. Answer is again plus 25. So what is the square root of 25? Plus 5 multiplied by plus 5, it is plus 25. Minus 5 multiplied by minus 5, plus 25. Square root of 25 is equal to plus or minus 5. If you square plus 5, answer is plus 25. If you square minus 5, answer is minus plus 25. So when you are taking square root of a certain number or certain term, you have to write both answers, plus and minus. Now look at second example. Make s the subject. V squared equal u squared plus 2as. You have to subject s. So first take this into left hand side. The term that you want to subject, take it into the left hand side. First I am going to change the sides of this equation. U squared plus 2as equal v squared. I change sides of the formula. First remove plus u squared. Take it into the right hand side. It becomes minus u squared. Then you have to subject s. Remove 2a. 2a multiply by s. You can divide both sides by 2a. Divide both sides of the equation by 2a. Here 2a and 2a cancel. S equal v squared minus u squared divided by 2a. This is the answer. Let's start third example. Make u the subject. Again the previous formula given here. You have to subject u. First I am going to change sides of the formula. U squared plus 2as equal v squared. You have to subject u. So first remove 2as from this side. Take 2as into right hand side. It becomes minus 2as. Now you have to subject u. You have to remove squared. To remove squared, take the square root of both sides. Here squared and square root cancel. Only u remains and write plus or minus. When you are taking square root of a certain term, you have to write plus and minus both answers. Now look at fourth example. Make y the subject. Keep y to the power 2 in left hand side, then move x to the power 2 into right hand side. M minus x to the power 2. Take plus x to the power 2 here, it becomes minus x to the power 2. Now you have to remove this squared. So take the square root of both sides. Here squared and square root cancel. Only y remains. You have to write plus or minus within square root m minus x to the power 2. This is the answer. Let's start fifth example. V equals a squared bc divided by 4. Question says to subject A. First change sides of the equation. A squared bc divided by 4 equal v. You have to remove b, c and 4. First you can remove 4. Use cross multiplication. Take 4 here. A squared bc equal 4v. Take 4 here. 4 times v, 4v. Then divide both sides by bc. These two cancel. A squared equal 4v divided by bc. Now take the square root of both sides. Square root 4v divided by bc. Here squared and square root cancel, only a remains. In right hand side plus or minus 4v divided by bc. This is the answer. Let's start sixth one. Make x the subject. Now x in right hand side, first take it into the left hand side. First change the sides of this formula. mx to the power 2 minus a to the power 2 equal y. First you can remove m. Divide both sides by m. These two cancel. X to the power 2 minus a to the power 2 equal y divided by m. Then keep x to the power 2 left hand side and move a to the power 2 into right hand side. Minus a to the power 2 become plus a to the power 2. Now to find the value of x, you have to take the square root. Take the square root of both sides. Here squared and square root cancel to each other. Only x remains. Plus or minus within square root y divided by m plus a to the power 2. This is the answer. Let's look at seventh one. Make c subject of the formula. First change sides. 2 over 3 b squared minus c squared equal a. First you can remove 2 and 3. Use cross multiplication. Take 3 here and take 2 here. Left side b squared minus c squared equal 3a divided by 2. Use cross multiplication to remove 2 and 3. Now you have to subject c. But here minus c to the power 2. First you have to convert this into a positive term. So take it into the right hand side and take this term into left hand side. B squared minus 3a divided by 2 equals c to the power 2. Here convert this minus c to the power 2 into plus c to the power 2 and take this term into left side. Now you can take the square root of both sides. Here squared and square root cancel to each other, only c remains. In this side you have to write both plus or minus b squared minus 3a divided by 2. C equals plus or minus b square. Within square root b squared minus 3a divided by 2. This is the answer. Let's start eighth one. Make c as the subject. First I am going to change the sides of this formula. b plus square root c equal a. First remove plus b. Take it into the right hand side. It becomes minus b. Now you have to remove this square root symbol. What is the opposite of square root? Opposite of square root is square. Now you have to square the both sides. Square both sides. Put brackets and write square. To remove this square root, write the opposite of it. It is square. Write square for both sides of the formula. Here squared and square root cancel to each other. Only c remains. C equals a minus b to the power 2. This is the answer. I am going to explain it again. Make C as the subject. First I change the sides of the equation and take the C into left hand side. First remove B. It is plus B. Take it into the right hand side. It becomes minus B. To remove this square root, you have to write the opposite of it. Opposite of square root is squared. Take the square root of both sides. Here squared and square root cancel. Only C remains. Now look at ninth one. Make A as the subject. First remove 5. Here multiplication. 5 multiplied by square root A. So you can divide both sides by 5. These two cancel. Square root A equals C divided by 5. Now we have to remove this square root symbol. So take the square root of both sides. Here square root and squared cancel. Only A remains. A equals C divided by 5 to the power 2. This is the answer. Now look at 10th example. T equals 2 phi within square root L divided by G. You have to subject L. First change the sides of the formula. 2 phi within square root L over G equals T. First remove 2 phi. You can divide both sides by 2 phi. 2 phi and here 2 phi cancel. L divided by G within square root equal T divided by 2 phi. Now you have to remove this square root symbol. To remove square root symbol, take the square of both sides. Write the square here and write the square for right hand side. Here squared and square root cancel to each other. Only L divided by G remains. Right hand side, you can remove brackets. T squared, 2 to the power 2 it is 4 and 5 to the power 2. Remove brackets and take the square root of each and every term. Now you have to subject L. Remove G. Use cross multiplication and take G here. L equal T squared G divided by 4 5 squared. This is the answer. Make G as the subject. This is the previous formula, but in the previous one we subject L. But in this question you have to subject G. First I am going to change the sides of the formula. 2 phi within square root L divided by G equals T. First remove 2 phi from left hand side. So divide both sides by 2 phi. Here 2 phi cancel. Within square root L divided by G equals right hand side T divided by 2 phi. Now we have to remove this square root symbol. So take the square of both sides. Square the both sides of the formula. Here squared and square root cancel. L divided by G. Right hand side remove brackets. T to the power 2. 2 to the power 2 is 4 and 5 to the power 2. Now I am going to take the reciprocal of both sides. You have to subject G. So first take G into the numerator place. To take G into the numerator place, take the reciprocal of both sides. Take the reciprocal of both sides. G divided by L. Right hand side 4 5 to the power 2 divided by 2 to the power 2. Reciprocal means you have to change numerator and denominator of both sides. Now you can remove L by cross multiplication. Take L here. G equals 4 5 to the power 2 L divided by T to the power 2. This is the answer. Let's start 12th one. Make x as the subject. So change left hand side and right hand side first. First you can remove m. M multiply by this term. So to remove m, divide both sides by m. Within square root, x squared minus a squared equal y divided by m. First you have to remove this square root symbol. To remove the square root symbol, you can take the squared of both sides. I am going to write squared of both sides. Here squared and square root. This squared and square root cancel to each other. Only x squared minus a squared remains. Right hand side y divided by m to the power 2. Now take minus a to the power 2 into right hand side. It becomes plus a to the power 2. Then to remove this squared, you can take square root of both sides. Now I am going to take the square root of both sides of the formula. Y over m to the power 2 plus a to the power 2. Here squared and square root cancel to each other. Only x remains. And right hand side, when you are taking square root, you have to write both answers, plus or minus. Y divided by m to the power 2 plus a to the power 2. But in the right hand side, you cannot simplify squared and square root. Squared and square root, because there is a plus sign in between these two. So you cannot simplify this squared and square root. This is the final answer. Now look at 13th one. Make C as the subject. First I am going to change the sides of formula. Here 2 multiply by within square root this term. First you can remove 2. Divide both sides by 2. These 2 cancel. B squared plus C squared within square root equal A divided by 2. First remove this square root symbol. So you have to take the squared of both sides. Take the squared of left hand side and take the squared of right hand side. Squared and square root symbol cancel to each other. Squared and square root cancel. Only b squared plus c squared remaining. And right hand side a divided by 2 squared. You have to subject c. So take b to the power 2 into right hand side. C to the power 2 equal a divided by 2 squared minus b to the power 2. Now you have to remove squared. Take the square root of both sides. Square root of left hand side and take the square root of right hand side. In left hand side, this squared and square root cancel to each other. But in the right hand side, there is a minus between these two terms. So you can't simplify squared and square root to each other. Only left side, squared and square root cancel to each other. But in the right hand side, you have to write plus or minus within square root a over 2 squared minus b squared. This is the answer. In this lesson, now you have to learn to substitution. Look at first question. Find the value of v in the formula v squared equal u squared plus 2as when u equals 0, a equals 4, s equal 8. The value of these three unknown terms are given. You have to substitute these three values in this formula and find the value of v. The formula given here is v squared equal u squared plus 2as. I am going to substitute these values here. 0 to the power 2. 2 times 4 times 8. Here a is 4 and s is 8. 0 to the power 2 is 0. 2 times 4, 8. 8 times 8, 64. V squared equals 64. Now to find the value of v, take the square root of both sides. V equals plus or minus 8. This is the answer. Now look at second example. Find the value of L in the formula t equals 2, 5 within square root L over G when t, 5 and G given. You have to substitute these three values in this formula. I am going to write the formula again. T, it is 88 over 7. 2, 5, 2 times 5. 5 is 22 over 7. Within square root L, G is 10. Now simplify these numbers. 88 over 7. Here 2 times 22, 44 over 7. L over 10. Now you can use cross multiplication. Take 7 and 44 into left hand side. Use cross multiplication. Take 7 here, take 44 here. In right hand side, L within square root L over 10. Now you can simplify left hand side. 7, 7 cancel, 44 and 88. Here 2 and here 1. Left side only 2. Now you have to remove this square root symbol. So take the square root of both sides. I am going to square both sides of the formula. 2 to the power 2, it is 4. Now right side square and square root cancel. Only L over 10 remaining. Now again cross multiply by 10. L equals 40. 10 multiplied by 4, 40. Answer is L equal 40. Now look at third one. Find the value of R in the formula V equals 1 over 3 phi R squared H. V equals 1 over 3 phi R squared H. V is given. It is 154. Phi also given. It is 22 over 7. You have to find R. And H is 3. Now you can use cross multiplication. First you can simplify 3 and 3 here. Then use cross multiplication. Take 7 here and take 22 here. 154 multiplied by 7 divided by 22. R to the power 2. Now cancel 22 and 154. It is 7. 7 times 7, 49. R to the power 2. Now you can take square root of both sides. R equal plus or minus 7. Square root of 49 is 7. Now look at fourth example. Find the value of B in the formula A equals 5 plus square root B. First I am going to change the sides of the formula. Question says A is 7. Substitute 7 here. First remove 5 from left hand side. Take it into the right hand side. Plus 5 become minus 5. Square root B equals 2. Now to remove this square root, you can take the square root of both sides. Now I am going to write the square root of both sides. Here square root and square root cancel to each other. Only B remains. 2 to the power 2. It is 4. Answer is B equal 4. That is all for today. Goodbye everyone.